I'm going to share with you the beautiful love story between Mars and Venus and the history behind it and how we still talk about this liaison even today.
Oh, who is she? A misty memory, a haunting face.
The story involves one of the most beautiful women in the world, besides Helen of Troy, is Venus. Venus is the goddess of love, balance, beauty, romance, how you cherish your relationships, love, jealousy, honoring the fine arts, and cherishing the ones that you love. Mars is about passion, desires, action, sex drive. He is the god of war, and he was a looker. Aries had a beautiful, good-looking demeanor about him. Now, on your natal chart, we look at Mars and Venus a little differently, but on a crime chart, we look at Mars as conflict, anger, and aggression. Why? Because Mars, even his symbol is the round circle with the arrow sticking out of it. That's his sphere. And the circle is his shield. You'll always see Mars with a sword and shield. Now, Venus was married to Vulcan, who was the god of blacksmithing. He's the god of fire, volcanoes, and he is the brother of Aries Mars. Okay, so her marriage was basically kind of, maybe forced is not the right word, but bargained, or there was a deal made with Zeus to have Venus marry Vulcan. And Vulcan lived down in this dark cave, and he did all kinds of, blacksmithing, and she's the god of beauty, the goddess of fine art and the finer things. And she was not happy with Vulcan. It was a loveless marriage, and Vulcan understood this as well. However, there was a lot of jealousy between these two. And in the ancient mythology is that whenever a volcano erupted or exploded, or there was a lot of fires or something like that, they would always blame it on Vulcan getting jealous that Mars and Venus have met up again and are cheating on Vulcan, and Vulcan is mad. She never had children with Vulcan. However, she did have lots of children with Mars. So this is kind of where the story gets a little confusing to me, because they shared all these children together, including the god of chaos. And there is, some people say she's not the mother of, that Mars is not the father of Cupid. I think Mars is the father of Cupid because they had all those other little Cupid babies that you see flying around. They're responsible for them. So why wouldn't they be the parents of Cupid? Venus is the mother of Cupid. So there is some conflicting stories about that. So what happens is you have two brothers, both basically, one is the god of war, one is a soldier and a general who is Mars, okay? And he rules things like passion, desires, sex drive, also weapons. And his brother is the god that makes weapons, right? He is the god of blacksmithing, so he could blacksmith weapons. And there is another story where Venus does go to her husband Vulcan, and he makes weapons for one of her sons. So it is a complicated story. It's a love tryst. And how Mars and Venus get caught in this crazy love affair, okay, is Vulcan summons all of the gods to his bedroom at his palace. And he tells them, I have proof now, absolute proof, that Venus and my brother Mars are hooking up, right? And he summons all the gods thinking that they're going to be punished and that Venus and Mars will get in big trouble. But it ends up backfiring on Vulcan and including Mars and Venus to be the most embarrassing moment of their lives. and almost like public humiliation among all the gods. And instead of Mars and Venus getting punished, they get embarrassed and they're mortified. And, you know, they laugh at Vulcan for making this magical net to capture them in the bed, right? So he gets them captured in this net. You can see the net in this photo here. And to hold them captive before the gods, right? And it's just a mess. And it's an absolutely embarrassing moment for everyone involved. And Venus is devastated. Her dignity, her pride, you know, her virtue, she's just absolutely mortified. And she still stays married to Vulcan, but they say that after this Mars and Venus affair has changed. But they still have children together, so I don't know how much it changed. Now how Vulcan finds out about this liaison between Mars and Venus and the long drawn out affair is Apollo is the sun god, Sol. Apollo's job is to ride the chariot across the sky in the wee hours of the morning. And, you know, Apollo catches Mars and Venus having an affair. And Apollo is the one that tells Vulcan, like, hey, dude, guess what? Your wife is cheating on you. And Mars did set up a lookout. He asked a human, a mortal, to guard, you know, the palace door and keep an eye out for, like Apollo, the sun coming up across the sky so they wouldn't get caught. And he had this mortal also, you know, make sure that, as a lookout, that they wouldn't get caught. Well, this mortal had one job and he totally failed. So as punishment, Mars, the god of war, turns this mortal person into a rooster. So this is why you have a rooster crow at the sun in the wee hours of the early morning to warn everyone to wake up, be alert. You know, it's time to rise and shine, because guess what? The sun is coming and the sun sees all, right? It's time to start your day. So Mars punishes this mortal by making roosters crow at the sun every morning, you know, as an impulse. They can't help it. It's just, that was their punishment. So because this mortal failed at his one job, it will be his job for the rest of his days and for the future generations of roosters as well, to warn us that the sun is rising, that the sun is coming, that Apollo might catch you doing something you're not supposed to be doing, right? Like having an affair. So this is Mars in Venus conjunct in the sky. You see this beautiful light illuminating from them. Mars and Venus are conjunct in the night sky like this, where you see that beautiful glow between them a couple times throughout the year. Definitely 2 times, possibly even 3 times. They are conjunct like this. And it's amazing picture to catch. I'm glad I found this on the web to show you Mars and Venus kissing and dancing in the night sky, because they are conjunct and they get to meet up again and continue their beautiful love affair. Here's some additional artwork I have found of Venus and Mars. I hope you enjoy it. Blessings to you all. Take care now. Bye-bye.
Young